Hello there. Welcome back to Financial Accounting at 5. In this video, we want to look at branch accounting, whereby we are going to start by explaining what we mean by branch accounting. So you would see that branch accounting is a bookkeeping system in which separate accounts are maintained for each branch or operating location. So branch accounts show the performance of different locations with the accounting records are actually maintained at corporate headquarters. So you would see that in a business, we have got a headquarters at different branches within that business or that company. So there is need to prepare the branch accounts for each and every branch so that we can be able to see if all the branches are making profit. So that's the main basis of preparation of the branch accounts so that we can see the performance of different branches. So from there, we can be able to locate which branch is making losses, and if there are correction procedures which needs to be undertaken, then they can be applied. So if there's no need to maintain that branch, obviously the branch has to be stopped to operate. So basically, those are the importances, or we can say reasons for us to prepare branch account. So we can also try to deduce the main importance that we have in terms of preparation of branch accounts, as we are saying the branch accounts they provide better accountability. They provide better accountability within the context of those branches, and also better control since profitability and efficiency can be closely tracked for each location. So basically, this is the explanation that we have in terms of branch accounting. So in this video, we are going to look at a typical examination question from the recent question paper of November 2024. So we are going to look at question 3 on that question paper, which is on branch accounting. So going with this question that we have, and our question is: the head office of Springbok Jersey sends inventory to their branch at cost for the branch. Then from the information below, first point, indicate the account of the 20th February 2021. So you can just take notes where I are to head office after the advance of 7,000 rand has been retained by the branch. So this advance has been retained. So obviously, this 7,000 means in our branch bank account. In our branch bank, we are going to have it as our balance CD, and it also applies to be our balance BT. So we are going to enter as such as we open our branch bank account. Then if we are listed in this table or this list of balances, and then beneath that, obviously, you need to go through everything that we have there before you attempt the question, and then you go to the requirement of the question. 3.1, it requires you to open a branch bank, and then 3.2, it requires you to open a branch inventory. And then 3.3, it requires you to open a branch trade receivables. And then 3.4, inventory to branch. 3.5, branch salaries. So our total, we have got 40 marks on this question. So I'm going to our answer section. You'll see that this is going to be our answer section whereby we have put our branch bank and then branch inventory. So going down, you see that we have a continuation whereby we've got branch trade receivables also, inventory to branch, and we have got branch salaries. So these are the ones that we have. So obviously, we are going to start with the information that we are given at the beginning of the list of balances, whereby the first item is branch inventory 0103 2020, which is 1 March 2020. So we know that our year is ending 28 February 2021. So it means this one is the opening balance of branch inventory. So 72,800, we are going to have it as our balance BD in the branch inventory. On the debit side is 72,800. So we come in, we are saying this is going to be our branch inventory. So this is our branch inventory, and obviously we have a column for debt, and we are saying this is 0103 2020. So we are saying 0103 2020. And all the details we are saying this is balance, which is 72,800. And from there, we can go to the next balance 0103 2020. It's a question mark. Question mark means it's not given. It's not given. So it's this balance balance BD. So if you go to our branch bank, that's where we are going to have that balance So we can just refer back to our branch bank. So this is our branch bank, which we are going to have as balance DG. And then the date obviously 01, 03, 2020. So this is what we have in terms of our opening balance for branch bank. So in terms of the amount, we can see that we are not given according to the question. We have the explanation whereby it reads also the advance of 7,000 rand has been retained by the private bank as a balancing figure. If the, as it is indicated that 7,000 rands has been retained by the branch, it means it's going to be our balance CT and our balance BT. So basically 7,000. So you see that is also going to be our balance BT. So we can be on the credit side. So we can as well maybe put it here as our balance balance CD. And we are having also 87,000. And on the date, this one now is at the end of the year, which is 028. Sorry, I remember our year is ending 221. So we have 28. Then after that, we can now proceed with the information. But also look at the second equipment. We know that receivables, and put our 20,500 as our operating balance. So we come here, look for the trade receivables account, which we have here. So debt over which is and the amount let's just repeat all the amounts. 20,500 is given here, so we are having this one. So we can just enter our 10,500. So having done that now, we now proceed to the next item that you're given. From there, we go to inventory to branch, 52,900. What does it mean? It means this inventory is coming from the head office to the branch. So obviously, the double entry involved is that we debit the branch inventory with 52,900, of which we have got the branch inventory account. And then we credit the inventory to branch account. So take note of that double entry that we debit. So we can just maybe bring down the double entry involved here. We are saying for 52,900 inventory to branch. We are going to debit branch inventory. We break the inventory to branch. So this is the double entry involved with an adjustment of inventory to branch. So we all have these two accounts in our question. So we are going to debit side of branch inventory and put 52,900. So we come here, branch inventory, we have it here. So we're saying this is going to be inventory to branch. So we can just indicate that this is inventory to branch. And we are saying the same amount now, we credit it to the inventory to branch account. So we look for the inventory to branch account. We're having it here, and so we go to the inventory to branch, whereby we go to the credit side. And remember, the applicable date is going to be at the end of the year. So on the date, we're going to see 28/02/2021. And we are seeing it's coming from branch inventory. Branch inventory. So we can just complete there. And our amount is 52,000. 52,900. So this is what we have, and then we proceed to the next one, which is now inventory returned to head office by branch. You see now this one is moving from branch to head office. So remember, when branch receives, we debit branch inventory. So when it's now going the opposite direction, it means it's going out. So we're going to credit the branch inventory with 5,000. And we're going to credit with 5,000 branch inventory, and then we debit inventory to branch with 5,000. So remember, inventory to branch is the substitute account that we have acting as our head office. So that's how we are going to complete our double entry. So we go to the credit side of branch inventory. Branch inventory credit side. And the date, remember, it's at the end of the year. So we are saying 28/02/2021. And this is going to inventory to branch. inventory 2, we put 5,000, so we can just indicate that 5,000. So we come in, see that the amount that we have is inventory to branch. Come here, remember our date is also at the end, 28/02, 2021. And this is the branch coming from branch inventory. And the amount that we have is 5,000. So basically, we completed our double entry on that one. And then go to the next item that we are given. We are now given from there. We go to credit sales, 25,000. So remember, if you say on credit, whoever we are selling to, be it a business or a person, you call that person a trade receivable. So we are selling. So we are going to credit the branch inventory. We are going to credit the branch inventory with 25,000, and then we debit the trade receivables. Branch trade receivables also 25,000. So we have those accounts in our question. So we complete the double and we can start in the branch inventory on the credit side, whereby we are saying it's supposed to go to trade receivables. And the amount that we have is 25,000. And then we go to trade receivables account. We can look for that one and then we enter. So we have it here. Remember, we're going to the debit side. And it's now at the end. So here it's now 28/02, 2021. So this is coming from branch inventory. The amount is 25,000. It's sales by branch. Now we go to inventory retained to branch by trade receivables. You see now? So it's now the opposite of what we did on credit sales. So inventory retained is now coming into the branch. So it's going to take the branch inventory. We take the branch inventory as it is receiving, and then we credit trade receivables with 1,600. So this is what we have. So we start with our branch inventory. We debit 1,600. So we come here. We're now saying it's going to trade receivables, and then we have an amount of 1,600. Then from there, we can now be able to go to the credit side of the trade receivables and put a 1,600. So come here. It's now date is 28/02, 2021. And all the details we'll see. Branch inventory. And then we have an amount of 1,600. So in that case, in brackets here, you can put returns. We get that is they are returns. So this is what we have on this part, and then we go to the next one. This returns were finished. We go to cash sales to branch. Cash sales, I remember these goods are going out. As long as we're having sales, these goods are going out, and the branch inventory has to be credited with that amount. And as we are selling on cash, it means we're going to receive some money. So it's obviously going to be debited in the bank. Bank is the one which is receiving. So we debit the bank, we credit the branch inventory. So we can start with branch inventory. We credit our branch inventory. So we come branch bank. And then we go to branch bank and debit 40,000 from branch inventory. So we say, yeah, remember debit 8 branch inventory. It's 48,000. So we can just indicate it as our 48,000. So this is what we have. We go to the next one, which is now cash collected to branch bank. So cash collected to branch bank. So this is where we are now. So in other words, the trade receivables are paying their money. Remember, we sold goods on credit to the trade receivables. Now they are paying the amount. So obviously, branch bank is involved. It's receiving. So they debit a bank with 10,500, and then we credit the branch trade receivables. So this is what we have. We can start by the branch bank, which is receiving 39,500. So this is our branch bank. You see. trade receivables. We have 39,500. Then from there, we can now go to the credit of the trade receivables and put up 39,500. Then we are here. We are saying branch bank. Then the amount is 39,500. Amount is 39,500. So 39,500. So we have completed the double entry of that one. And then we're going to be able to go to the next one, whereby we are now seeing settlement discounts are granted to trade receivables. Settlement discounts granted to trade receivables. So we can just check in terms of how we are going to go about that double entry. So we can maybe bring it down in terms of how should we have our double entry on settlement discount granted to trade receivables. So we are going to debit. We are going to debit the branch settlement discount. So we debit branch settlement, branch trade receivables. Okay, trade receivable. So according to our question, we are not given, we are not asked about opening a branch, the branch trade receivables. And we are not going to debit since we are not told side of branch trade receivables and put 675. So branch trade receivables. We have branch trade receivables and we go to the credit side and we are saying it's a branch settlement discount. Branch settlement discount. The amount is 675. So basically, this is what we will dispatch debit branch to the next one. And then from there, we can now be able to go to the next one, which is now this paid by branch. Branch expenses paid by branch. We put branch salary 4,800, and then we also have branch stationery 520. So it means we are paying them paid. So it means the bank is the one which is paying. Money is coming from the bank, so we credit the bank, show the payment, and debit for branch salary. We credit branch bank with 4,800, and then we debit branch salary with 4,800. But in the question, we have the branch salary. We can just try to confirm. We have the branch salary here, so we are going to go to the debit side and enter that 4,800. And the branch stationery 520. We are not asked about opening of branch salary, branch stationery. So it means we are only going to credit our bank with 520. It's branch stationery. We are not going to open it since it's not asked in the question. So we can start with branch salary 4,800. So we go to the credit side of the branch bank, which we are now saying branch salary. Branch salary, which is 4,800. And then we go to the branch salary account. Is the go to the debit side, and this is at the end of the year. So it's 28/02, 2021. So here is coming from branch bank. And the amount that we have is 4,800. So this is what we have on the branch salary. Now we have completed this one, 4,800. Then we've got the branch stationery, which we are only going to credit for in the bank with 520. So we come here, we say branch stationery. We are going to have it is 520. So this is what we have for that part. And then we are not going to go to branch stationery since we do not have it. We just not need asked the question. So we go to the next part where they're saying branch expenses are paid by head office. Branch expenses are paid by head office. So these ones were paid by head office. So it means we are not going to enter them in the branch bank, because it's not the branch bank who paid these expenses. They were paid by the head office. But if the question it asked us to prepare the branch profit and loss, we are supposed to put them according to the matching principle, because the expenses belong to the branch, so they have to be allocated to the branch. But instead of the bank accounts, we are not going to include it because the bank account is being prepared on cash basis. what was actually paid by the branch bank and what was actually received by the branch bank, of which these expenses were paid by the head office. So we're not going to include them. So from there, we can now be able to see that we have got also we got branch credit losses written off. So we can take note this one is a bad debt which is supposed to appear in the profit and loss. Okay. So we're not asked about the profit and loss according to the question. So it means we have completed that part. So we can skip that part. Then we go to branch inventory 2802 2021, which is at the end. The balance of branch inventory at the end is 16,700. So we go to our branch inventory, which is going to be our balance CD. 16,700. So we come here, balance CD is 16,700. So we have completed that. It means we've looked at each and every transaction that we are given in the list of balance. So if we go back to the question, you would see that in terms of branch credit loss written off, branch credit loss written off 590. Remember, a credit loss is embedded, so it reduces the amount of trade receivables. So it means we've got part of the trade receivables that are not going to be able to pay back our money. So we have to write them off by reducing the amount of trade receivables. So by reducing, we go to the credit side of the trade receivables and put our 590 as our credit loss. So we check in terms of branch trade receivables, which we are having here, and then go to the credit side. We are saying it's a branch credit loss. So here we can just write branch credit loss, and the amount that we have is 590. So this is what we have on that part, and then we cannot be able to see if we have got any other transaction that we need to correct before we go to the balancing of our accounts. So if you come, let's just try to see. I'll go to the questions about information given. Also have we also have the branch salaries, which is 70,600. So the 70,600 they are salaries of the branch, although they were paid by the head office. So it means if they were paid by the head office, it means it's only that the payment was done by the head office, but they belong to the branch. So they should be shown on the debit side of their branch salaries account as 70,600. So we go to branch salaries account, and we are saying, remember our text is just going to apply. So we're going to say head office is coming from head office. So head office, we can just say these are branch salaries. So we can say we can give a description of branch. Okay, just say branch salaries. And remember the amount 70,600. So we can also try to check if you've got any other amount that we need to just see that we've exhausted everything. So we need to balance our account starting from the first one, which is our branch bank account. So we are here. So from there, we can just leave a space and put our double lines. So if we got our double lines, we can now be able to balance our accounts whereby we already have balance CD. But if you come here in the question, we are told that also determine the last amount paid to head office. So this is the balancing amount in the bank account. The last amount paid to all the head office is the one that we are going to find as a balancing figure in here. And we are going to transfer it to head office bank. So we can try to add the debit and credit. We see that the debit has got a greater total with 94,500, which is supposed to come again on the credit side in between the double lines. So with that, we subtract all what we have on the credit side, we get a balancing figure of 82,180. It is supposed to go to head office bank. And then as well, or we've got a CD on the credit, so our BD should come in, becomes our BD. And it's same amount, 7,000. So it means we've completed the branch bank. So we go to the next one, branch inventory. So on branch inventory, the balancing figure is supposed to be transferred to branch profit and loss. So we can start by putting our double lines, whereby I get just leave a space. So having done that, now we can now be able to get the totals, whereby we are going to see that the debit side is got the greater total, which is 127,300. So that's with this greater total both sides in between double lines, we can now subtract all what we have on credit to get the balancing figure, which is going to be 32,600. So we have 32,600, and it's supposed to be transferred to branch profit and loss. Here again on credit, so it's supposed to come on opposite side. Our balance BD, same amount, it's 6,700. Then date is the first day of the next period. Remember, our period is ending 28/02/2021. So this one is going to be 01 03 2021. So the same applies here. We're supposed to put our date here again is 01/03 2021. So that's what we have. Then we can proceed to our next account. So our next account is now 3.3, which is now our trade receivables. So on our trade receivables, we see that we are not having our balance CD. So balance CD, we are not given only a BD, so it means the balancing figure is going to be our balance CD. So we can as well try to put our double lines. And just keeping a line so that we can be able to put our balancing figure. So if you add the debit and the credit, we can just try to confirm. You are going to find that the debit side is going to be a greater total with a total of 45,500, which is also supposed to come on the credit side. Then you subtract all what we have on the credit to get the balance figure of 3,100 balance CD. And of course, we have our balance BD opposite side below the double lines with the same amount. In here, the date is the next date of the next financial period, which is 01 03 01 03 2021. So we've completed that one. We go to the next one. We've got inventory to branch. So on inventory to branch, we are saying the balancing figure is supposed to be transferred to head office trading account. So we can start by putting our double lines. So if you are add there, you'll see that the debit credit is the one with the greater total, 52,900. It is also supposed to come on the debit side, 52,900, like this. Then I will say 52,900 minus 5,000, and then you're going to get it as 47,000. 47,900. And this is supposed to be transferred to the head office trading account. So here you're saying head office. Right, we can also try to take note that our inventory to branch does not have a balance CD and BD. So just take note of that. Inventory to branch does not have a balance CD or BD. The balance figure has to be transferred to the head office trading account. So as simple as that. So we go to the next one, branch salaries. Obviously, going to be our last one. And then the balancing figure again in the branch salaries is not going to be a CD. There's no CD again in an expense account. The expense account, our salaries is an expense account, so we are not going to have any balance CD or BD. The amount that we have, or the balancing amount that we have, is going to be transferred to the branch profit and loss. So as simple as we are going to have it again in this question. Okay. So we are seeing that we add 4,800 plus 17,600. We are going to get it as 22,400. So it's going to come in between our branch profit and loss. So here we are just going to say branch profit and loss. And we are getting the same amount of 22,400. And obviously the date is at the end, which is 01/02, 2021. So this is what we have according to the last part, which is our branch salaries. So this is what we've guys on the question of November 2024 on the preparation of the branch accounts. Hopefully the video was helpful, and let's stay tuned for more videos to come. We have more typical examination questions which are going to be uploaded as we proceed towards our final exam. So let's stay tuned, let's subscribe, let's share, let's stay tuned. So let's meet again in the next video.